Recently, Triumph released its fantastic new Rocket 3R and Rocket 3 GT. You're looking at the GT here, and I've really looked forward to getting my hands on one of these. Everybody wants to talk about these massive torque numbers. 2.5 litres of longitudinal inline 3. Well, it's supposed to be off its face. I'm about to find out if all the torque is real. In 2005, the new Rocket 3 hit the market. It took a while to find its feet. After all, it was remarkably different from just about anything the world had seen, and buyers were cautious. It was, and remains, all about big. Similarly, the new bike is anything but understated, exuding a meaty, momentous presence, all 291 kilograms of it, and that's measured dry. I guess having biggest engine currently available in a production motorcycle has its price to pay. And on price. This one is $30,990 right away. Indeedy, there's cred in being biggest. Simple fact is, you're not going to have to be measured twice in the mine's bigger than yours competition at the monthly biker meeting at the Elephant and Scrotum. If that's important to you, well, do not pass go. Do not collect $200 and head to your nearest Triumph dealer. There can be no doubt that the GT is beamingly proud to make its big statement. The longitudinal liquid-cooled double overhead cam 12-valve inline triple displaces 2,458 cc, and it really looks the business, further demanding attention. In fact, from the right-hand side of the bike, it looks for all the world like a miniature factory building, with the manifolds representing smokestacks and all. Just me? Some facts. There are two versions of the Triumph Rocket 3, the Roadster R and the Cruiser Tourer GT. This here is the GT. The adjustable footrests are feet forward on the GT and mid-position on the R. The R gets a sportier handlebar bend compared to the touring-style handlebar on the Rocket 3 GT. The GT gets roomier seating, a seat height 23mm lower at 750mm, a backrest for the passenger, adjustable passenger pegs, a slightly taller fly screen, and heated grips. There are some additional cosmetic differences, but essentially the rest of the two motorcycles are the same. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Now, this thing is all about grunt. The smart word suggests there's at least 200 Newton meters on tap from 2500 RPM to 5750 RPM and 160 Newton meters when the rev limiter cuts in at 7000 RPM. That taps out to a maximum 221 Newton meters at 4000 RPM. No, that's not a mistake. That's a fat number. Power is a wild 123 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM, so you can see the GT does its best work early, unlike most motorcycle journos. Now imagine you feel the need to pull a stump out of your front yard. I reckon you just hook this thing up and hit the gas. Put simply, it's otherworldly and blew me away. Twisto, wristo, and feel your innards press against your spine. I never got sick of that. On the open road, this makes for less stirring of the 6-speed box and easy rhythmic corner blasting on country roads a breeze. It's pretty nimble for a biggie. It never tries to be a Daytona 765, but that torque allows you to pull out of corners like a bullet train driver on a promise. Of course, you best get your entry right, or you could be up a tree quick style. But that's all in the cruiser numbers. At least they'll find you if you get it wrong in a big way. Such will be the size of the divot you take out of the planet. Fair dinkum, the GT is fast. in a cool, in-your-face way. I loved that. With so much mumbo at your disposal, Triumph has sensibly fitted the Rocket 3 with a bunch of electronic aids to manage traction and stability. Makes sense. Using the switch block on the left handlebar, the rider can readily select Sport, Road and Rain modes, each set up to their own throttle mapping and traction control settings. You can also set up the rider mode that allows for independent adjustment of the traction control, including the option for off and throttle response for a personalised setting. It's a little hard on the backside in rougher going. I reckon some suspension fettling might improve things, but I found the rear a little harsh and bitey. The front turns in nicely and answers every question. I just don't need my clacker closer to my neck. Thanks very much. The seating posi is lazy and easy, a bit like me, so that worked a treat. Where the bike shines, forgive the pun, is in the quality of componentry and fit and finish. Lovely surfaces of high quality billet, perfect touches in the detail. This is the highlight for mine and sets the new benchmark in that area. It is the best finished bike I have ridden in recent times. 10 out of 10 there, Mr. Bloor. So, it's a strong performer, especially when it comes to engine dynamics. Tough as nails and unlikely to let you down in any way. And, well, did I mention? It's bloody big.